Hey Vikings Nation, buckle up because what I'm about to break down might sound like a blockbuster headline, but we need to separate hype from reality right away. There's been buzz floating around about Kyler Murray signing with the Minnesota Vikings, and fans are going crazy over it. But here's the truth. This move has not actually happened, and today we're diving into why this rumor exploded and what it really means for the Vikings' future. Because even though the signing isn't real, the idea behind it, it tells us everything about how the league is starting to view the Minnesota Vikings right now. And trust me, if teams are even imagining this kind of move, something big is brewing in Minnesota. So stay with me because we're going to unpack the rumor, the reactions, what Chris Carter really meant, and why the Vikings quarterback situation is suddenly one of the most intriguing storylines in the entire NFL. Let's start with the headline that got everyone talking. Kyler Murray to the Vikings on a one-year deal. Sounds wild, right? A former number 1 overall pick, a Pro Bowl talent, suddenly hitting the market and landing in Minnesota for a bargain deal. But here's the reality check. Kyler Murray has not been cut by the Arizona Cardinals, and there has been no official signing with the Minnesota Vikings. This story is either speculative, exaggerated, or completely fabricated. And that matters, Vikings fans, because while it's exciting, we don't build expectations on fiction. What we build on is what this rumor says about how people view this team's potential. Now think about this, why Kyler Murray? Why are people even connecting his name to the Minnesota Vikings? That's where things get interesting. Because the Vikings have quietly built a reputation as a quarterback revival system under Kevin O'Connell. We've seen flashes of it, we've seen development, and the league is noticing. So when a name like Murray gets thrown into the Vikings conversation, it's not random. It's a reflection of belief that Minnesota could unlock elite talent at the quarterback position. Let's talk about the current reality, the Vikings quarterback room. J.J. McCarthy is the centerpiece, the young guy with upside, but also question marks. In 2025, inconsistency and injuries made things tough, and the team fell short of expectations. Missing the playoffs wasn't just disappointing, it raised serious questions about whether McCarthy is ready right now. And that's why the idea of adding a veteran quarterback keeps coming up. Not necessarily Kyler Murray, but someone to push, mentor, and compete. Now here's where Chris Carter's comments come into play. The Vikings legend didn't confirm any signing, but he did react to the idea of a move like this. When he joked that Green Bay and Chicago would say, OS******, he wasn't reacting to a real transaction. He was reacting to the possibility of the Vikings adding a dynamic quarterback talent. And that tells you everything. Around the NFC North, the Vikings are no longer being taken lightly. Let's be honest for a second. If a player like Kyler Murray actually joined the Minnesota Vikings, how would you feel? You'd be excited, right? Because we've seen what he can do at his peak: mobility, arm talent, playmaking ability that can completely change games. And pairing that kind of quarterback with weapons like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson, that's a nightmare for defenses. But here's the flip side. There's a reason why moves like this don't happen easily. Talent like Murray comes with questions, expectations, and a price tag that doesn't match a veteran minimum fantasy. So while the rumor sounds fun, building a real contender requires smarter, more realistic roster moves. And the Vikings front office knows that. Now let's shift focus to Kevin O'Connell. Because if there's one reason why these rumors even gain traction, it's him. He's built a reputation as a quarterback-friendly coach, someone who can maximize talent and create systems that elevate play. That alone makes Minnesota an attractive destination for quarterbacks looking to revive or redefine their careers. We've seen similar narratives before. Quarterbacks looking for a second chance, a fresh start, a system that actually fits their strengths. And even though not every story turns into a fairy tale, the Vikings are slowly becoming part of that conversation. That's a big deal for the future of this franchise. Now let's go back to J.J. McCarthy, because this is where things get real. The Vikings invested in him, and he's still the guy to watch. But competition? That's not a bad thing, it's necessary. It pushes development, sharpens performance, and reveals who's ready. And fans should want that competition in the QB room. Imagine the scenario: training camp battle, intense reps, every throw under the spotlight. That's the kind of environment that creates winners. Whether it's McCarthy stepping up or a veteran pushing him, the end result is a stronger team. And that's what matters for the Minnesota Vikings. Now let me ask you something, Vikings Nation. Would you actually want a move like Kyler Murray? Or do you believe in developing McCarthy and building around him long-term? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this debate is just getting started. Because here's the truth, the Vikings are at a crossroads. They can go all in on youth or bring in experience to stabilize things. There's no perfect answer, only calculated risks. And every decision this offseason shapes the future of this team. The NFC North isn't getting easier either. Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, they're all evolving, all pushing forward. So if the Vikings want to compete, they need to stay aggressive, smart, and unpredictable. And that's exactly why rumors like this feel believable. Even if Kyler Murray isn't coming, the message is clear. The Vikings are being linked to big names for a reason. The league sees potential here. Now it's about turning that potential into results. And let's not forget the fans, you guys. The energy, the passion, the belief. That's what fuels conversations like this. What turns rumors into viral moments. And honestly, that's part of what makes being in Vikings Nation so special. So while this specific story might not be real, the excitement behind it absolutely is. Because deep down, we all know this team is close to something big. It just needs the right pieces to fall into place. Keep your eyes on the Vikings this offseason. Because moves are coming. Maybe not Kyler Murray, but something that could reshape this roster in a big way. And when it happens, you already know we'll break it all down right here. Alright Vikings Nation, now it's your turn. Would you have wanted Kyler Murray in purple and gold? Or are you riding with JJ McCarthy all the way? Let me know in the comments because I want to hear every take. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of the latest Minnesota Vikings rumors and what they really mean, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with every Vikings fan you know. Because this offseason is heating up, and you don't want to miss a single update on the Minnesota Vikings. SKOL.